In today's video, we're going to talk about how I made my first $5,000 online and share some tips on how you can do that yourself. Let's go. Hi everyone, my name is Dan and I run a digital marketing agency, and today I want to share with you how I made my first money online. Before we go any further, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you find value in this video. So without taking any more of your time, let's get straight to number one. And the first way how I made my money online was reselling physical products. So the first step that I would do is go to a car boot sale, search online and find a good deal. Then I would go ahead and make an even better offer so I can buy the product for less and then later on resell it for more. Then I would go to platforms like eBay, Facebook Market. In UK there's a app called Shpock, and I would resell the products there. All I did then is take the profit, invest it back into the business, to buy more expensive products, to get more stuff that I could resell later on. So let's talk about the advantages. One of the advantages is that it is very easy to do. All you have to do is find a good deal, buy it, and then resell it for more profit. Another very good advantage is that you don't need any experience. However, the disadvantages is that it is quite time consuming. It takes time to find a good deal, it takes time for the product to get here, it takes time to take pictures, then to resell it, and also the fees. Okay, let's talk about the fees. They can get quite expensive. eBay, PayPal, they all take their own share. So I had to make sure that I can sell the product with enough margin to cover the costs and still come out with a profit. So here are a few tips on how you can do this yourself. So first of all, I would recommend finding a deal in the area that you're good at. For example, if you're good with technology, look for deals in the tech sector, like if it's gaming, tablets, phones, anything like that in the tech sector, go and look for these deals. And then for example, if you're good with shoes, go look for shoes, because from my experience, people still buy even a used pair of shoes. Another tip is that you need to make sure that even after all the shipping costs, after all the fees, you're still left with 20% profit. If it's any less than that, then I wouldn't go for the deal. I would find a better deal at a cheaper price so you can have more margin. And lastly, I would recommend selling on multiple platforms. Make your listing on eBay, Facebook Market, Craigslist, anywhere where you can post it, and wherever the person buys first, then you just remove the order from the others. So the second method how I made my money online was building websites. The way how I stumbled upon that was, to be honest, quite typical. I was looking online on how to make some extra money, and I stumbled upon a video that showed that you can build websites for people, and it's actually a lot simpler than you think, because I used to think that you have to code, you need to know HTML, all those little bits, what is a domain, what is hosting, but it actually made a lot of sense and I gave it a go. What I did is I looked for online businesses on social media, like on Instagram, and if they didn't have a website listed, I would go ahead and ask them, and if they didn't have a website, I would go and ask them if they want one. And what I found out throughout the process is that building websites is actually not that difficult. It has a learning curve, but is a lot easier than many people make it seem. I was also quite lucky enough that my mentor gave me leads that actually needed their website built, so they gave me experience and some extra money. The way how I learned it is very simple. All I did is I searched on some YouTube videos on how to build a website, how are they built, and I came across the WordPress platform, so where you can actually just use drag and drop methods, and that way you can build a whole website. So what I did is I went and looked at WordPress, different page builders that they have, different themes, because many page builders actually come with pre-built themes. So there is actually a whole website already built for you, and all you need to do is put text and buttons in place for it to look like your customer wants it to look. So let's talk about the advantages. The biggest advantage in my opinion is that you don't need any startup capital. All I did is I looked at some YouTube videos, and that's how I started. Another advantage is that you can charge a lot of money for this, starting from £500 all the way to £5,000. I'm not sure how to convert that much into dollars, but you get the idea. However, there are a couple of disadvantages that I have to talk about. So one of them being quite time consuming. It takes a lot of time to build a website. Even though it may not seem difficult, just the time that you have to put in the text, to check that the buttons work, it takes a lot of time. Also, as I said, it may not be very difficult, but there is a learning curve. You need to learn what a domain is, you need to learn what hosting is, how to connect the two if they are made on different platforms, how to download WordPress, how to download the WordPress theme. All of these things you need to take time to learn, so this is why it's so time consuming. And lastly, you also have to search for your own clients, right? I was very fortunate enough to have a mentor give me leads. However, I did still go out and search for my own clients. In my opinion, that was a very good experience because I went out there and I had to look and see what people are looking for, what kind of offers they accept, how to write to them so they actually accept me and take me seriously. And I would highly recommend you go out and try it yourself. So how can you actually do this? So as I mentioned earlier, the way I did it, so I went out and looked for clients on social media, and this is exactly what you can do. You can go out and look for businesses online, on Instagram, on Facebook, and see whether they actually need a website built. Just simply ask them, send them a DM or leave a comment asking if they have a website. If they don't, then try to get on a call with them and see if they actually need a website. That's it. Then come up with a proposal and then start building the website. And as I said, if you have absolutely no idea on how to build a website, YouTube is your best friend. So number 3 on how I made my money online was managing social media. The first step that I did is I actually created my own portfolio of social media pages that I can actually show and leverage when I go out and I get clients. I've built around 3 to 4 social media pages that had at least 5,000 followers and at least 20% engagement. Then I went on social media on Instagram and Facebook and I looked for businesses in my niche, which were cars and traveling. I would hit them up and offer some help with their social media. I would showcase my existing pages and tell them I can actually bring results. If you can explain to them how you can help, then you don't necessarily have to show them your previous results, but it would be quite beneficial for you to be able to showcase something that you have already built. Because actually there were times where clients didn't even ask me for proof. They were just so hooked on the offer that I gave them that they agreed straight away. Then what I did is I came up with a proposal with the pricing, with the expectations that they could have, signed a contract, and then what I did is I actually over-delivered. Okay, and the reason why I did that is because when I over-delivered, actually clients were so happy that they started giving me referrals, which actually gave me more leverage than showcasing my own projects. Now let's talk about the advantages. First of all, it pays well, and secondly, it is simple to start once you have a rough idea on how to grow a social media page. The disadvantages are, however, it is time consuming again. Because you will be creating content, you'll have to create ad copy, you have to schedule them, and if you have 4 clients, they'll be taking up majority of your day. Also, you have to go out and search for the clients. You will get rejected, and when you get rejected, you feel demotivated and you say it doesn't work. So I have to get over that learning curve, and having that social proof of having some social media pages that are performing quite well did boost my sales up by quite a bit. So now let's talk about how you can actually do this. So first of all, you need to get a basic understanding of how to grow social media. So you need to understand how to grow followers, but apart from that, you need to understand how to grow your engagement, because engagement is actually more important than your followers. I actually made a video earlier about how to grow social media, and I will link that below. And here's an optional step, but I would highly recommend doing that. So what you have to do is create a theme page in whatever you're good at. If it's shoes, if it's technology, if it's cars, if it's beauty, you need to create a page. It's called a theme page when it's based around a certain topic. Grow at 5 to 10,000 followers, so that will be your portfolio that you can use as social proof later on. Another tip is for you to reach out to pages that have low engagement, because when businesses have low engagement, they know that, and all they want is to have more exposure, and if you can help them solve that problem, then they would be willing to pay you. And my biggest advice is actually go on a call. Don't do it through DMs. Maybe DM them to find out more information, but once you have that, get them on a call and close the deal. And now let's talk about my favorite, which is running ads for businesses. This is what my agency specializes in, and this is what we're the best at. So the way how I did that is actually I just followed up with the people who I built websites for. I also followed up with people who I managed the social media for. After I've built that relationship, I was able to leverage that onto providing more value. Because once they were in my funnel, so I was already doing something to them. It was like an upsell. It wasn't like I was going into cold traffic. These were already clients of mine. I was already doing something for them. And all I had to do then is go out to them and offer them my marketing services. Because they were already hooked, because I already over-delivered on my social media. They were trusting me, so I could use that to my advantage. And to be honest, paid traffic is something that I have always found fascinating. I was always in love with paid traffic. This is my passion. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And this is why I'm so happy that I actually have an agency that focuses on that, because I am not doing paid traffic to make money, because social media marketing is still something that I do to this day, and I still want to do that many years to come. So what I did is I created a proposal for those clients. I would also go out and find new clients and create offers, send them emails, give them calls, and I would get on a call with them and I would actually discuss their objectives, because ultimately for every business that I worked with, their objective is to get more customers, right? So then I would go ahead, I would close them, and then I would start creating campaigns, optimizing them, getting them the results that they want, and creating long-term relationships. Now let's talk about the advantages of doing that. So first of all, this is very highly paid. You can do this starting from 1,000, 2,000, 5, 10,000, and sky's the limit. Second advantage that I really enjoy using as leverage when I'm trying to close them is that it is results based. For example, growing your social media, yes, they can see the increase in the engagement, but can they clearly see the increase in their sales? Because when you use paid traffic to do that, you can clearly tell when do the leads come in, how many leads coming in, how many of them close, how many of them actually buy your product. So it is very results based, and it's actually time efficient. All you have to do is set up the campaign, and then later on you have to maintain it. That's it. Now here's some disadvantages that I actually stumbled on myself. So one of them being actually quite difficult to master. Not gonna lie, there were cases where I couldn't deliver the results to the clients that they expected, because I actually made mistakes myself when trying to make the ads, but I just didn't know enough. And these are the mistakes that actually cost me quite a lot. And the second one is actually when I'm trying to close the clients, which is proving the value to them, because many of them don't see this as an investment, they see it as an expense. Right? But we know as marketers, we know that we're actually providing more value to them than they are paying us, because whenever people pay me £1,000, I can bring them £5,000 to £10,000 in return. So why wouldn't you do that? So this is the concept that I had to explain to clients. Okay, here are some tips on how you can do this yourself. So first of all, you need to find out if a business runs ads, right? So you would go out and look for a business that you want to work in, find your niche. Yeah, and then you have to look for businesses, if it's Facebook or Instagram or Google, go out and look if they're actually running ads. I like to use Facebook as an example, and right now I will show you how to find out if the business is actually running ads on Facebook or not. Let's go. So in order to find out whether the business that you're trying to reach runs ads or not, you have to go to their Facebook page. So in this case, I'm just using my own page, SMCB Media. That is the name of my business. And all you have to do is go on their page, and then you scroll down all the way to page transparency. You don't have to be an admin to see this. Any member of the page can actually see this. So you scroll down to page transparency, then you press see more, and then if you look down here, ads from this page, it says this page is not currently running ads. So this is all you need to know. If it says this page is currently running ads, then what you can do is go to ad library, and you can check for yourself what kind of ads are they running. So this is how you can find that out. If they don't have a Facebook page, that's even better, because then you can explain to them that actually having social media will have a lot of benefit and will be able to bring them a lot more customers if they were present on social media. Another tip is, as I said earlier, when reaching out to people, you need to show them, provide them value first. You need to prove to them what value will social media have on their business. And if you actually have no experience in running ads at all, then I would recommend using Upwork or Fiverr to actually find an outsourcer who will be able to deliver the results for you, and you can use their experience as leverage when trying to close clients. So this is how I made my first $5,000 online, and I hope you can use those tips to go out and make some money online yourself. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you found value in this video, and I will see you in the next one.